This is CBS 47 on your side at 5.
Good evening, I'm Ramos. Tonight, a mother and father are in the hospital. New at 6, 2 gang members are in custody accused of robbing a check-cashing business. Don't ignore any of the signs if something just doesn't feel right. Police say he was watching a customer as she bathed. Some companies are waking up to the idea and even setting aside nap rooms. It's all coming up on a special edition of CBS 47 News after the Packers and the Colts. Enjoy the game.
Wiley and his former teammates tried to impress around 15 NFL scouts. And there's cornerback Isaiah Green. Wiley expected to be drafted in April. Green hopes to hear his name called as well. You know, if these guys were just a little bit in better shape.
That was my question for you. Is it a requirement for them to be shirtless, or do they choose to be shirtless?
Well, some guys were, some guys were not.
Okay.
Some guys, well, the offensive lineman, shirt on.
Okay.
Shirt on. Wiley and Green and those guys, you know, go ahead.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, well, most women don't.
And you kept your shirt on for the report. We appreciate that, George.
God, yeah.
Still to come tonight.
A happy ending after technicians dropped a heart on its way to a transplant in Mexico. We told you about this one a few weeks ago. Now, as you can see in this video, it just dropped, tipped over in the cooler. Incredibly, everything worked out. That heart was successfully implanted, and the young woman who received it is now thanking doctors. The technicians, though, are still the subject of many jokes. I just don't understand why it required 2 men to drag it instead of picking it up. Anyways, next story. It's a delay. Dozens of passengers won't forget anytime soon. Their flight didn't take off on time because of a cat loose in the cabin. Ripples, the cat, escaped from his crate, delaying the flight for 4 hours.
Some people tried to catch him up front in first class, and then he took off into the cockpit and nestled down.
His owner says some latches on the side of the crate had been left open after the security check. Maintenance crews had to remove electrical panels in the cockpit to finally get him out. Ripples' owner says this was his first and last ride in a plane. I'm sure Ripples feels happy about that.
Yeah, Ripples causing ripples at the airport.
That's right.
Hey, a few clouds out for tonight.
I'm Ken Malloy.
And I'm Evie Ramos. New at 6, Mayor Ashley Swearengin is calling homeowners associations to the table as she considers handing over residential waste collection to a private company. CBS 47's Lamore Abrams is live in downtown Fresno with their concerns. Lamore? Thank you, Lamore. Now, franchising residential trash pickup is just one of the ways the city is trying to close its budget gap.
The city manager says one solution could be to borrow money from itself.
New at 6, 2 gang members are in custody accused of robbing a check-cashing business 2 weeks ago. 18-year-old DeQuan Wallace and 26-year-old Kevin McClellan were arrested during a traffic stop. Police say they are part of a team of 3 men who robbed a check-and-go in northwest Fresno. They made off with more than $7,000. Police still looking for the money, and a third suspect seen here. Anyone with information is asked to call Fresno police at 621-2424.
Now, a lot of firework vendors say they don't have insurance for these stands, mainly because fireworks are hazardous. Reporting live in Fresno, Diane Tu is on CBS 47 on your side.
It seems to happen every year.
It does, doesn't it? It's a shame. It's a shame because they're trying to raise money for a good cause.
Well, if you're not setting off your own fireworks, there are plenty of shows in the valley to attend. Some of them are already set for tonight and tomorrow night. Now, for a list of local fireworks shows, just go to our website, cbs47.tv, click on the On Your Side button. So what will the weather look like heading into the 4th? Here's a live look from our Fresno Skyview camera. Chief Meteorologist Scott May says your first look at the pinpoint forecast.
Evie and Ken, the weather is looking good.
Today is the start of the new fiscal year.
There are several new state laws going into effect. Starting today, it is no longer legal for restaurants to serve foie gras, which is a fatty duck liver. Also, schools will now have to implement anti-bullying classes. Businesses statewide will now be required to recycle their waste. And tattoo shops now have to register every year with local government to show they meet minimum statewide sanitation standards.
Coming up next on CBS 47 at 6, a woman leads police on a wild chase in Los Angeles. Find out what started it all.
It looks like a disaster, but this ship is designed to flip. An amazing vessel is marking a big anniversary.
Plus, will it really help homeowners or hurt California's economy? We'll take a closer look at a package of foreclosure bills right now on the governor's desk.
You're watching CBS 47 on your side at 6.
New at 6, police have a woman in custody after a wild pursuit in Los Angeles. It started when an officer noticed her driving erratically and tried to get her to pull over. The chase went down the 110 freeway, then onto surface streets in the Pico Union area. She finally stopped when she pulled into a dead-end lot, and the officers boxed her in. State lawmakers have sent a package of bills to protect homeowners to the governor's desk.
The bills establish fines.
New at 6, Mammoth Lakes is the latest California city to file for Chapter 9 bankruptcy protection. It comes after the city's largest creditor won a court order requiring the city to pay $43 million. It was just 5 days ago that the city of Stockton filed for bankruptcy protection. Lawyers for the city will appear for the first time this week in a Sacramento court. They'll be making their case for protecting the city from its creditors. One of those creditors says it will fight the city in court, claiming Stockton had alternatives to declaring bankruptcy. In San Diego, researchers are celebrating the anniversary of a one-of-a-kind ship.
Yeah, take a look at this.
If you've been holding off on a road trip because of high gas prices, this may be the time to hit the road. We'll tell you about the gas price outlook for the summer.
It's typically 10 degrees hotter than that up in Yosemite Valley just because of all the granite that soaks up the heat. So nice weather even up in the mountains as well.
Nice thing about the 4th of July, even though it's going to be warm, you were mentioning earlier at the 5 o'clock show that by 8 o'clock at night, it's going to cool off.
Yeah,
I went for a walk last night at 8 o'clock. It was not bad at all.
Yeah, and clear, you were saying, so you'll be able to see the fireworks very well.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, the pain at the gas pump continues to ease with falling gas prices. Analysts say as the summer goes on, we could drop down to $3.25 a gallon. Right now in the Fresno area, drivers are paying an average of $3.72 for a gallon of regular unleaded. A week ago, the average was $3.80, and a month ago, it was $4.20. For help finding the best gas prices in the valley, go to CBS47.tv. Click on the On Your Side button.
Down to $3.25. Wouldn't that be nice?
I know, but it's kind of sad that we're excited about that.
Yeah,
when we think
that's
about
true.
it.
We'd probably still complain about that.
Yeah, exactly.
A Valley native is on the move again in the NBA.
New at 6, this has to be one of the coolest internship opportunities in state. The first ever Facebook Academy is underway in Menlo Park. A group of 20 high school students from Palo Alto are taking part. The emphasis is on good grades to prepare for college.
As a result of this experience, that they will pursue a college education in science, technology, engineering, or math.
Not only do they get to see the inner workings of Facebook, each student gets a Facebook employee as a mentor. Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, big experience for them.
Yeah.
For us, if you're planning to go out and see the fireworks on Wednesday, should be nice, a little bit hot for us with a high of 99, but by the time the fireworks go off, it'll be cooler in the 80s and maybe some low 90s, but still a very nice night with clear skies. And the hot days and breezy nights will continue right on through the weekend with highs close to 100 and lows close to 70. So things are heating up out there for us, but it's summer, and that's about normal.
The one good thing, I don't have to have the pool cover. I'm waiting for that time. The one good thing, the pool cover, because it doesn't get so cool that the pool will lose the heat.
Cold, so you don't need that. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
I'm thanking you this time.
This time is the operative phrase. That'll do it for this edition of CBS 47 at 6.
The CBS Evening News' Scott Pelley is next, and we'll see you back here at 11.